In the meantime, animal health company Elanco ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange after going public just last Thursday. To Elanco President and CEO Jeff Simmons and our own Jerry Willis. Welcome, guys. This is going to be a booming sort of a Wall Street favorite. Animal care and treatment and all the implications. But even by Wall Street initial standards, the reception you've gotten is off the charts.
Yeah, you know, I think the care and the well-being of an animal, Neil, has never mattered more to society all over the world than it does today. And I think it's both on the pet side, I kind of say a cat, a cow, or a chicken. I mean, it matters. And it's been demonstrated more so here recently just by everything from the pet. More than 7 out of 10 homes now have a pet here in the United States. But also people, consumers, care about even the meat, milk, and eggs, the care and the well-being of that animal.
And certainly not putting them in an overhead compartment with flies.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have to write a law for that. Jerry, what do you make of this?
Well, okay, let's define that performance that you just mentioned. It was a better first-day return than any billion-dollar IPO since Twitter. You guys were on fire. It was impressive. I want to talk about drug development just for a second, because we're talking about drugs for animals, for livestock, and for pets, right? And the development procedure is far different for humans, and it's one of the reasons investors like the category.
Yeah, so regulated by the FDA and very, much of a comprehensive process. But you're looking, because of the differences in animals, 3 to 7 years versus maybe 9 to 13 on the pharmaceutical side. And it can be a drug development cost $25 up to $100 million. Now, our drugs are smaller. A blockbuster in our industry may be $100 million in revenue, but it persists longer. It's a cash business, not a payer business, so you're able to be, selling directly to farmers and veterinarians.
So what are the implications for humans?
What are the implications in what way?
In other words, if we are pouring a good deal of energy and effort into helping animals and finding, then the natural question people ask is, how does this then longer term benefit humans?
Yeah, I think. Look, animals. There's the significance of animals today, especially if you look on the livestock side. I mean, FAO or the United Nations has said we need 75% more meat, milk, eggs, and fish by 2050. Because of, I think, the Western diet, as carbs and sugar have become a lot less. You go into Costco, 2 out of 3 diet books and cookbooks are all driven by protein. That's driving, as well as as people get more money. Protein becomes a bigger part of the diet.
Protein is a bigger part, but the FDA has come out with rules that have not helped your company, right? They want to make sure that these antibiotics don't get in the human food chain. What has that done to your business?
Yeah, so we've very much said, hey, we're going to innovate in the future. We were part of the whole antibiotic resistance forum back with President Obama, and we said, hey, we would bring more than 24 candidates into our pipeline. There are antibiotic alternatives. We've done more than half of that. We see it as actually a disruptive way of opportunity. But we got to remember, the ultimate food safety comes from a healthy animal in our business. The veterinarian knows the condition. If we can provide an alternative, which we have nutritional health products, enzymes and pro and prebiotics, as well as vaccines as kind of the first line of treatment, and then animal-only antibiotics if necessary. So there's a focus on the animal, and a healthy animal creates that high-quality food that we need. Veterinarians got to stay in the center. So we actually have seen it as an opportunity relative to what the
there has been a cost to the bottom line of these rules, according to your perspective.
Yeah, absolutely, there has. And I think what we've done is, coming into this before the IPO, have repositioned our business relative to this. The other is, I think, very, very importantly, is the pipeline. I think unusual. We're coming in, and one of the big drivers, I think, to our value as well, is we've launched 3 new products a year since 2015. We're coming in with 9 products. We'll launch another 3 this year. That represents about 10% of our company. So I think back to, this is an industry that rewards innovation. You're able to innovate a little bit more in terms of numbers of products, and that creates that durability and diversity that I think investors like and customers need.
More investors in the U.S. or elsewhere? I mean, what are the animal-friendly markets?
Yeah, so it really depends. And on the livestock side, you can imagine every major geography wants to be able to have their own food supply. So you're seeing Asia, the poultry and the pig market grow in the Asia. Latin America is more cattle as well. Here in North America, we've got diversity. I think livestock is geo-expansion. Pets, probably more today. It's been more the Western, the United States, Europe, Australia, Japan, but look for these emerging cities. Our next area of opportunity in pets, 2 big growth drivers, emerging market cities, as well as, just that aging pet. We've added about 2 years to a pet's life, a little over a decade. It's bringing chronic disease very similar to people. So derm, pain, we're launching a new portfolio in osteoarthritis.
I don't even, I mentioned it about the worldwide environment, is that we have, trade battles and tariffs back and forth that could affect livestock that we market and sell abroad, et cetera. You've heard that argument, and that this could be a wrinkle for your company.
Yeah, so for our company, we've worked very hard to diversify. So, making sure that we've got, sizable businesses in each one of the geographies that are not dependent on trade. That's number one. I do think, though, for livestock and animal agriculture, trade's important. Right. To feed this world, it's going to be meat, milk, and eggs are going to have to move as well in exports. It doesn't worry me from our business standpoint.
Okay.
It is a need relative to creating food security and providing the protein to the people in the most productive way, and the way that doesn't impact the environment as well.
You've been growing through acquisition. You added on $5.4 billion Novartis unit, been implementing that, integrating that into your operations. Yeah. It sounds like you're going to be doing less of these acquisitions now and growing through new product.
So we took, I think, Lilly in a real position of strength now. Eli Lilly as a company launching products during an era where they were positioning these new products to launch. We came in and really built a top-tier animal health company through acquisition as well as through innovation. And now we're in a state where we believe we've got the size and the scale, we've got the geographic spread to be able to grow organically with these new innovations as well as just geographic expansion.
And this isn't economically dependent, right? I mean, if you really love your animals, bottom line, that's what matters, right?
It's a lot more of a recession-proof business. Right. I mean, good incremental growth. It's coming from really two pretty diverse industries that still have the connection between pets and livestock.
How big a deal are generics in this category? Because I always think about that in pharma for humans.
Generics have been, I've been in the industry 30 years. Generics have always been present in our industry, but we have a cash business. Farmers, veterinarians, probably the most noble customer base. These are humble, very much focused on the care and the well-being of animals, but they're also very innovative and visionary. So, being able to address, them with, in a cash business, direct with value, you can differentiate with portfolios and innovation.
Look forward to it. Jeff, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Congratulations.